3 go.
3 go.
Alright guys, this is the restart for the final match of the loser bracket. It's the Consolation Final. And Leo, this is gonna be a blast with such strong players.
Right
yeah. These players are very strong, and that is why we see them in the Consolation Final. So, first map, it looks like it's gonna be Outburst by Kronos here. And let's now take a quick look at the personal bests from the players. We see Coens with an impressive time here. Top 3, 1 minute, 4 seconds and 64 hundredths. And behind him we find Roa on top 8 with 0.82. So almost 20 hundredths behind Coens there. And then we have Zoom just right behind Roa there on top 9 with a 0.83. And then Saber on top 10, 0.85.
I've had a request overlay please in the chat. Are you on the right one?
That's correct.
Okay.
But here we go, guys.
Alright, so before we get on the way, znik, your predictions.
My predictions. Well, like you said, it really depends on how Saber can start this match. But I think I'm gonna go for Roa and Coens. I think they're gonna be the two players.
So we both agree that one Acer should make it, and these are two of Team Ace's best players for sure.
Yeah.
Saber not as experienced as Coens on land, but obviously showed himself last year to be.
Guys, Gamers Assembly, day 2 and the last day. This is the Consolation Final, and here we are live in the first round. And Zoom clips the wall. That is probably not warm in his fingers yet, after a lot of waiting time here. That can affect the flow. So Zoom now finds himself 71 hundredths behind the rest of the players there. Ooh, Coens with a bump on the border there. Saber now able to pass him after a great drop. And Ruak is coming back here. Oh, Coens had to maybe slow down there. Saber now leading the way as we come to some risky corners here. Will anyone get the bug here? No. Oh, Saber is now losing time here on Roa. And Coens, oh, Coens with another bump. And then Roa goes for a wide line, catches up to Saber and will overtake the lead here in the first round. Now up until the end, it's going to be crucial to get a tight line here, not get too much speed so you lose the grip. And Saber, that's a huge mistake, loses the grip and will take last because of that, instead of potentially second place. Wow, Roa secures 10 points there with a...
It's happening, it's happening. Roa is off to a good start here. But you know, one round, what does one round say about the outcome of a match? Very little. So I'm going to go straight in with round 2 here. No mistakes in the start, unlike last time. And yeah, things going into the players going into the drop section now, which can be a little bit nasty, but no mistakes actually. Everyone takes it very well, and we have a... Oh, but Saber, he just touched the wall there, I believe, and he falls right down. So it's just Zoom, Coens and Roa now in the top. Zoom a little bit behind, so Coens and Roa looks to be fighting for first here. And Coens straight into the wall. What a faceplant that was, and he is completely out of this now. And Roa with the transition, the nasty, evil, terrible transition. Oh, but Zoom hits the wall!
What?
And Roa is back in first. What is happening? That is just crazy Trackmania. And Roa could take 10 points now through partly through good driving, partly through good fortune.
Yeah, he gets 2 rounds in a row now, so 20 points out of 2 rounds. That is 100% by Roa. My car stopped on the ram. Saber having some problems with Rammstein.
It's a very unfortunate thing to have happen to you. Your car to get stuck on the ram. It happens maybe one time out of 100.
So now Roa off to a great start. 10 points ahead of Koons already. On seconds, tied with Zoom. And they are all off to a great start. Saber with more speed here will catch up to the other players. And now into this drop. We see a great line from Saber. He is having more speed and will now go up to first. Very tight pack here, and now we will get some exciting parts of the track here. Everyone does the transition great. Some different lines here, but the end result is pretty much the same here. Now Koons up in lead, had to release some gas there. Oh, and Roa crashes into the wall. Doesn't get off the power slide correctly there. And now we have a tight fight for first place here. Koons leading, but crashes, and so does Saber! The two Acer players! And Zoom is easily gonna pick up 10 points in that round. And Koons and Saber, the two Acer guys, crashing in that last corner together, hand in hand, will take third and fourth. What a round that was.
That was like there were magnets in the Team Acer cars.
Yeah.
Attracted them to the wall. It's actually, it's not too uncommon for two players to crash at the same time, because when you're judging your line, you almost sort of base it on how the other players are driving.
Yeah.
So you could be kind of copying the guy, and Zoom with a little bump there, and he'll fall down in speed. But Roa hits the wall, too wide at that turn, and he slows down a lot. There's a second behind the leader, Saber. And we'll see if Zoom can do much to catch up to the Acer guys. He has a pretty good turn, catches up a little bit, but he hasn't got enough speed to really challenge Saber for first right now. And he gets a little border blunder. No, Koons goes flying off the ram. Zoom now in second. Can he take both Acer players? Saber really needs to win this round to stay in pace. Oh, Koons risks it, but he's into... Sorry, not Koons. Zoom risked it into the wall. Roa will pass him. And Koons as well, so Zoom with that late mistake costing him quite a lot of points. Saber will take first with a decent time, 105.23. Roa, Koons and Zoom all with 106 times, however.
Yeah. And now we see Zoom taking second here with 23 points. Roa still up in the leads, 9 points ahead of Zoom. So Roa keeping on to that lead, and the two Acer guys finds himself at the bottom, so they need to step it up, and they do a great start here in last round of this map. Outburst by Kronos, but Roa bounces back after a nice corner, but only for a short amount of time, as he doesn't have enough, or just as much extra speed as the two Acer guys, who's now in the lead. And, Koons, he clipped it, but he didn't lose too much speed, and Roa had to slow down as well. So now it's Zoom and Saber up in the top here. And you see, no transition bugs here. Oh, Saber went very wide there, but he managed to stay in there. Zoom is now 10 hundredths behind Saber. It's doable, but he gets the bump, loses some speed, and here comes Koons with opting for a wide line, a lot of speed. Might look to overtake Zoom here in the end. With some nice corners here. Let's see, he gets the grip, and so does Zoom. Zoom is coming back! Oh, but Zoom goes too wide, and Koons gonna overtake him in the very last jump there with 200ths of a second.
Wow.
And wow, Zoom, the last couple of rounds here, he has done some mistakes that cost him some points, valuable points.
Usually towards the end of the map, which I guess maybe he's trying to risk it too much in order to get even more points. Because if someone is far ahead, it might just be better to settle for second place and secure 6 points. It's still a lot more than the 3 points you'd get for coming last after risking it and failing.
Yeah. So some people are asking for the official stream. Let's see if I can find it. Do you know the Daily Motion? Or is it tmlive.eu?
tmlive.eu.
Okay.
I'll cast you, type that in the chat. Okay, we're into the first round. Oh, no, we're not. I'm an idiot. It is the warm-up on Earthquake by Clement. I don't know. I'm not sure how you would describe this map, apart from risky. The end is very tricky. There are alternate routes. One safe finish or goal,
Yeah.
where you just required to drift in the last turn, but one where you drift at a slightly different angle and take a jump to finish, which saves a couple of tenths of the second. So depending how far you are in front, you know, you need to take that risk, and we see a lot of players actually fail the end.
Yeah. And looking at the personal best here, Saber is on top 5 with 54.70. Then we have Roa on top 11. Koons on top 10 by Roa and top 11 by Koons. And then top 13 by Zoom here. So everyone below the 55 mark actually. And yeah, we're looking at 55 low times here. That's gonna be what players want to aim for. So here we go. Off to round number 1 of second challenge. It is Earthquake by Clements. And Koons with an early start. Oh no, he does a mistake. Clips that platform block and finds himself now 40 hundredths behind the leader of the pack now, Saber. And Roa is just right behind him, trying to see if he can collect these 10 points. Oh, and Saber loses some speed there. Zoom now very close to Saber. So Roa takes over the lead. He's now 14 hundredths ahead of Saber. It's could switch around very quickly here if we see some good lines from Saber, perhaps. Let's follow Saber. Zoom has fallen a little bit down now, so Roa is looking good. Now, let's see if he's gonna take the risky finish. Yes, he does. Oh! That was barely enough speed by Roa there. He flips into the finish line just 300ths of a second ahead of Saber there, who almost made a comeback.
That's the risk of that finish. Yeah. But Roa had enough speed, maybe it was calculated, that he would finish just in front of Saber while taking that finish. Who knows? Anyway, into the second round here. Koons, with only 27 points, needs to start winning rounds if he wants to launch a comeback. But Roa and Saber somewhat breaking away. Roa especially with 45 points, 10 more than Saber in second. So anyway, as we go into the 25-second checkpoint, Zoom has dropped back, but the other 3 players form a tight knot. But Saber into the pole, drops back behind Zoom, who's actually making a pretty good comeback, very close to Roa. Koons doing well on a map that he was very good on, winning 3 rounds in a row to actually continue in the losers bracket yesterday. And look at that line from Koons, so much speed in the end here. He should have this round in the bag as long as he doesn't fail the last jump. Ooh, but Zoom fails and Roa overtakes him in the end. What's Zoom doing? He looked like he wasn't driving, but I guess the grass
yeah, it's very slow. Yeah. If you get a full stop on the grass, or if you're going backwards, it's very slow to get the speed going. Anyway, we see Roa now with 51 points. 12 points ahead of Saber with 39, and then Koons with 37, and then Zoom 34. So it's very close between the 3 last players here. And there we see, was it Koons? Koons with an early mistake this round. So it's not going to help him catch up to Roa, who is in the lead now at the scoreboard. But yeah, this is a very close fight between Saber, Zoom, and Roa. Now onto the blue part, power slide to the left, and nobody hits the pole. Oh, Roa with a mistake, so he falls down to last position. So the others can now look to take some valuable points. And Saber with a big bump on the border will allow Zoom to pass him. So now Zoom, can he be able to take this end without a mistake? He is going for the risky line, but Saber takes the safe line. Or safe finish. Yeah, he probably saw that Roa was far behind. And Koons with another mistake will fall behind Roa again. So yeah, Koons now struggling with only 40 points so far in this match. But it is not too far up to Roa here with 55 points.
Yep, Saber commenting there that he's getting some nice bumps. Ooh, Zoom fails the start jump. It's actually a lot harder than it looks from playing this map, I can tell you that. And he has fallen right down. You see instead the 2 ace players fighting with Roa, the French representative in this battle. Oh, it's very close. All of the players on pretty good times right now, less than a tenth behind the world record. Oh, Rower clips the pole after an awkward angle, which sends him too wide in the turn. And Coons and Saber now battling it out. I don't think we'll see any team play here. Both of these players are in it to win it. And Coons, he would do well to get the 10 points here, so he will risk everything in the end, I imagine. Yeah, look at this. Oh, perfect line. Overtakes Saber in the end. That's exactly what he needed to do there.
Yeah.
Great race from the two ace players.
Yeah, 10 very needed points for Koons there. He now goes up to third position, just 1 point behind his own teammate Saber. And Roa now only 8 points ahead of Saber. And Roa again with an early mistake here. Falls down to fourth. This is not looking good for him. He lost the momentum he had from the beginning of. And we are now into the last round of this map. Saber and Koons again now fighting up in the top. Where is Zoom? He is 1700s behind the two Acer players here. And Koons loses some speed there, so Zoom might be able to get closer here. Oh, but Saber is keeping it stable and good here in the end. Let's see if he can make it. Oh, Zoom is coming back with a lot of speed there. Oh, and look at this line for Zoom. He's overtaking both the Acer players. And let's see now the end. Does he have enough speed to take the jump? Yes, he does. And Koons overtakes Saber as well. And that is a nice time by, very nice time by Zoom. 55.01.
Yeah, very good time there.
Only 600s away from his personal best.
Yeah, so he is stepping it up now. And look at that. He's second on the scoreboard, but there's only 2 points down from him to Saber, who's in fourth. Saber there, who was second in points for most of the map, just reduced to fourth place. And I think that's partly because he's been overtaken at the end by at least one player, 2 rounds in a row now. So,
and as the current standings are now, we have 2 French players advancing. So could it be 2 French players in joining up together with Kronos and Yo-Yo, and we get a full-on French final?
Of course, there's still a long way to go. The points limit for this match is 120, not 100 like the last match. So
yeah.
Only halfway there for Roa. He still needs to keep up his good performance if he wants to win. Just in the warm-up for China Master. I don't know how to say it. There should be a guide for these things, man. By Loco Buddha. And yeah, I'm not sure who this map favors. I mean, if I just quickly scroll through the Dedimania times, Saber has fourth Dedi with 59.12, and then there's quite a big gap between him and the next player, Zoom, who has 59.21. Koons with the second worst PB, 59.26, and Roa with 59.32 times. So if that's anything to go by, Roa should probably just be aiming for consistent rounds now and not first place. He doesn't want to push it and risk too much.
Yeah. Let's close the Daddy Money out, fix the camera, and Leo, you take it.
Alright, here we go. First round on Chinamasta by Loka Buddha. Off the starting block. No early mistakes. This pole can be dangerous. Will anyone hit it? I don't think so. Nope, everyone avoids it well. We go into this slalomy section of the track now. We see a lot of different lines actually. Pretty sure the inside line is the best one to take there, and that's second slalom turn. Zoom at the back, he had a pretty poor turn. I think he got a gear down there, so he's at the back right now with Roa, two Acer players at the front leading the charge. I'm going to follow Roa here as he attempts to make the comeback, and that's a pretty good turn, but he goes too wide and has to release gas. But Koons with a little bump. That's affected his line massively. He goes too wide and allows Roa to pass him. So his bump's not just affecting speed, also your line. And Saber, look at him, he's flying in the front there. Roa with a risky end, he gets a lot of speed, but Saber's too far ahead. Saber will take first for the time 59.43, a good time, and 59.5 for and Kuhn's. Zoom! What happened to him? He missed the finish. I think he clipped the hole. Out of nowhere, he's going to get 0 points. That's pretty awful for the French player.
Yeah, that's very unlucky for Zoom there, missing the finish. He must have hit the hole and flipped out of the track.
I think that's exactly what must have happened.
So he finds himself at the bottom of the list now with 57 points. Could have been tied with Kuhns if it finished. And then we see Roa in the lead now, but now it's very close. Saber has closed the gap. He's getting closer to Roa. And as we can see, both Roa and Saber in the lead now. A nice line there by Roa. He will take first, leading the pack. And a mistake from Zoom there. He flips on the border, loses a lot of speed. So Saber has overtaken the lead and a nice line there, but he loses the grip, Kuhns. So Roa will stay in second place. Let's follow Roa here. Ooh, that's not much extra speed from him. So Saber is gonna increase his lead. He's now 1800s ahead. And that's gonna be hard for Roa to catch up. Unless we see a blunder for Saber in the end. Oh, Saber with a very inside line. Doesn't get much exit speed here. So Roa will catch up, but it's not going to be enough. And Saber once again with a good time, 59.44. And only difference here now is that Zoom takes third. And Kuhn's fourth.
Yeah, if we look at this, Saber and Roa really doing well on this map. First and second for them 2 times in a row now. And Kuhn's appearing to struggle. Zoom has been a bit unfortunate with the border blunders, but I'm sure he'll be able to bounce back. This round he's actually in the top amongst the other players. No big mistakes so far. Saber and Roa a little bit towards the back, but it's really too close of a pack to call. Oh, Saber! Small border bump there. And he will lose some speed. And now it is the French players, look at this, who are excelling in this section, keeping their speed well. And Kuhn's so close to the wall, manages to keep everything on the track. But look at this. This is such an intense race now. Going into the end, it's all about this last turn. Who will get the more speed? Ooh. Following Zoom now. Kuhn's drops down. Zoom with an awkward wide line. But he has more speed, and he will... but he clips the wall at the end!
No!
Oh my god! That is a mistake that no one should ever want to make. That is really unfortunate for Zoom there.
Oh yeah, that's a disastrous mistake for him. He was looking to take second, I believe, but ended up with only 3 points. So yeah, now Roa with 84 points at the top here. As we head into round number 4, we see again a close pack. This start seems to be fairly easy to pass without a mistake. Roa now at 4th, 1300s behind his countryman Zoom. And there's a very close battle here between the top 3. Look at this. The pack is so close. They have similar speed, similar lines. Either of them could take this round. Kuhns, though, with a lot of speed in that stretch, will go up in the lead, but with the
too wide.
Yeah, too wide on that jump, will crash into the corner. Now it's a fight between Saber and Zoom. Saber, does he have enough speed to keep his lead here? Yes, he does. He's gonna take first, and no mistake from Zoom here in the end, and a good race. Once again, a nice time. .4 from Saber.
Yeah, Saber's absolutely on fire on this map. And Zoom finally getting some much needed points. He got the second place, probably would have won it first, but it's something. And after not finishing around a few rounds ago, I'm sure he's grateful for the second place. And we're going to start here. Oh, Zoom! You were just saying how the start didn't look that difficult, but he goes head on into the wall. We see... Oh, but Saber as well. He will hit a wall, and Zoom will actually... and Zoom! The French players just completely wipe out on that turn. That was crazy. Kuhns is alone at the front, and Saber, he's got a free ride to second right now. That was quite something, to say the least. Roa, I guess, maybe a bump on the border or a no slide that he got because he didn't drift at the right time. Who knows? But yeah, the Acer players capitalizing on the mistakes of their enemies. And Coons will cross the line. A little bit of a stumble there near the end, but he will stay in front of Saber with 59.7 times. Safe for Zoom! Oh no! He'll have to turtle in. Oh yeah, he will finish. This Zoom is... He's having real trouble with this end. Real trouble.
Oh man, so that was the last round of the... What is this? The third challenge. So we will head into challenge number 4. And the map is gonna be Older Than Ever by Ranked. And
our very own Ranked in Bigs 3.
Yeah.
Our only French player.
So this track right here is probably one of the more manageable, if we can say that.
I'd say this map is a pretty nice one. I mean, a lot of players have said they like it. Rower actually told me it was his favourite map a few days before the event, so could expect some good stuff from him. Saber and Coons, I'm not sure how they feel about it. Likewise with Zoom, I haven't actually spoken to Zoom since I briefly said hi to him in Paris last year, so really no idea what he's thinking right now, but I can imagine all the players are super focused right now.
Yeah, it's still fairly close between the 4 players. Saber on the top with 95 and then Zoom at the bottom with 73. So with a couple of wins, Zoom could find himself in the pack again with the others. And yeah, quick look at the Daddy. We see Acer, Saber on top 2, Roa top 8, Coons top 11, and then Zoom with the worst personal best here out of the 4 on top 13. So we're looking at 1 minute 2 seconds high, I guess, as or mid, like 0.5 maybe. That's a good time.
Well, I would not be too surprised to see 0.4s in this match, maybe even a 0.3.
Yeah.
Because the map isn't very buggy, I guess you could say.
Yep.
So you can drive at consistent times, quick, consistent times.
Yeah.
Anyway, as we go into this round, Zoom has dropped back a bit. He's 1500s behind the leader. Coons right now. The Saber guys, brilliant turns there actually. Zoom had to release gas, but the other 3 are still at the front. And the Coons actually on a good pace here. Ooh, a small stumble on the edge there, going too tight. And Roa so close to the wall there, almost wiped himself completely out. But with a nice line, he will... well, it looked nice, but it was too inside and he didn't get enough speed out of the turn. And the 2 Acer guys, look at this fight. This is neck and neck going into the last couple of drifts. Saber, really wide. Really wide. He got a lot of speed, but it was not worth it. And the place, and even with an amazing end, I don't think he'll take first. No, he takes second after all, but really a pretty awkward wide line there cost him the win.
Yeah. So Coons takes 10 points. Let's see where he is in the list. Yeah, he's getting closer to Roa now. And Saber, first one to break the 100 point mark, is looking just better and better as we've progressed into this match. Oh, but here we see Saber and Zoom with early mistakes, clipping the wall, going too close. Might have been, you know, opponents. When the opponents are on, it's a little bit hard to see when it's a very close pack. So Coons and Roa fighting for first and second, while Zoom and Saber is battling out for third and fourth. And oh, that was a poor line from Roa. Coons is gonna pass him with a very risky line here. He crosses the borders and will lose speed because of that. So Roa overtakes the lead again. And here we see Zoom. He is quite far behind Coons, so still a battle between Roa and Coons here for first and second as we come up to the last corners. Oh, Coons not with the best line there. He loses a little bit of grip, so Roa will Rua
Rua.
will probably take first if it doesn't make a mistake here, and Zoom was very close to overtake Koons there. And yeah, that last power, one of the last power slides there is very important to build up speed before the stretch, and Koons wasn't able to do that. So yeah, but he gets 6 points, so it's very close between the top 3.
Yes, very close in points with the top 3, just 8 points separate them. Zoom, on the other hand, 26 points behind the points leader, so he really needs to rack up some wins, but he has the worst PB of the bunch, so it's going to be hard for him to win rounds, I think, with the nice times. Koons, ooh, he has a small flip on the ramp there, and he's pretty much out of the race unless someone makes a big mistake. And Roa with a nice wide line there, builds up a lot of speed, and another wide line here. And he gets so close to overtaking Zoom, but not quite. And ooh, a risky line there. He's really giving everything now to win this round. He's not content with second or third. He wants to win. And look at this wide line. Boosts himself near to the pack. It's all going to go down to this last turn. Who does it best? And it looks like Saber. Yes, Saber will overtake Zoom in the end. And wow, 0.49. What a great race that was. 102 mid. Fantastic match times. And we see 3 of them.
Yeah. That was an incredible end by Saber, passing Zoom there at the very last stretch and into the jump there. So Zoom losing 4 points because of that. So he's quite far behind Koons now. Has a lot of catching up to do if he want to join the finalist race. So now Saber, if he takes first or second, he is gonna be finalist. And here we go, he is currently at second, so it's looking good for him. But Roa with a nice line here will overtake it just for a short amount of time. Goes a little bit too wide, and Saber with a very awkward bump there, but doesn't lose any speed. So he keeps the second place, and Koons steadily in the lead here. And we see Zoom has fallen a little bit behind, so the fight here is going to be very important. Can Saber reach finalist mode, or will Roa deny him by overtaking him here in the last corners here? Important to build up a lot of speed, and he does it well. Let's see, where's Saber? He's quite far behind. He needs a magical end here to overtake the 2 players in the lead.
So close to taking first.
Ooh, Koons and Roa had a nice fight in the end, but Koons gets ahead on top.
And if Roa took first there, he would have been finalist himself, so
yeah,
we're probably going to see at least 2 finalists after this round. It's going to be crazy. And Zoom, yeah, it seems like Zoom has fallen off. He can't match the other guys on this map. And well, luckily for him, we're on the last round here, on Older Than Ever by ranked. Saber dropping down at the start. Actually, 2500s. And ooh, Zoom straight to the checkpoint, wiped out. Yeah, he's not having a good day. Koons, instead, he's giving it all. He knows he needs to win this round to be finalist, and he's really risking everything here. Roa and Saber content with second and third. That's all they need to be finalists, so they're just safer to the finish. Koons will continue to drive fast to ensure that he gets the first place. So 3 finalists if everything is as it stands now.
Yeah.
When they cross the line.
3 finalists in 1 round.
That would be insane. And if there's ever a time for Zoom to make the comeback, ooh, Saber advancing on Roa, he's going to pass him at the end.
Oh, but it doesn't matter.
It's
still gonna be 3 finalists. But yeah, a heroic try there by Saber. So now we have 3 finalists, guys, in the Consolation Finals of the Gamers Assembly. It's gonna be between Saber and his teammate Koons, and the French, I would say, upset here, Roa, who has been playing really well throughout this tournament. And we also get a map switch, so this is gonna be very important. What map do we get? We get the good map, Leo.
Yellow Lambo.
The yellow Lambo. Let's look at the Dediminer records here. Who has the edge here? Roa with a nice time. Top 4, 59.94. He's the... well, no. Zoom and Koons also has below the 57 mark. So occupying top 7 and top 8. And then Saber with 57.01. So it's really close in terms of personal bests here between the players. So it's going to be very hard to call who's going to have the edge going into the first round of the 5th challenge here.
Oof, well, this map, I get the feeling that under pressure, it's very hard to get the lines just right. You need to get the Rammsteins at the right angle, and there's also a platform section that's crucial, because if you risk it but make a small error with your line, then you will go flying out of the track.
Yeah.
Which is what actually got Zoom this far in the competition. Aswer was to reach the winner bracket final and flipped out of the track, allowing Zoom to take his spot. And znik, why don't you take it away with the first round here?
Alright, I'll take the honor of getting into this triple finalist here at Gamers Assembly. This is the Consolation Final, so if you take first or second here, you will find yourself in the grand final, and also with a shared prize pool of 1,500 euros there. So now we are heading... Oh! Someone lost... No one lost speed. I thought Saber was losing some speed there, but everyone is okay until this part. Roa crashes! He is out of the finalist race. And look at Kuhns, he has separated himself from Saber and Zoom here. He is now 1500s ahead of Zoom. Oh, and now comes this crucial part. Sable doesn't do it too well. Loses some speed, and Zoom overtakes second place. But Kuhns, look at him, he is looking so strong. Has a lot of speed, but he clips the wall! And Zoom overtakes the lead. Can Zoom deny all of them the finalist mode? Saber now is the closest one to get first position here, but Zoom is looking to deny them all the finalist mode. And look at this, Zoom enters the jump into the finish line. 57.43 will deny 3 players the win here in the Consolation Final.
Now, I don't want to call it right now. I think there's way too much for Zoom to do to make the comeback, but he's on his way. He's on his way.
Yeah.
And we still have 3 finalists going into the second round here. Who is it going to be? Will the Acer boys go through, or will Roa continue his streak of upsets and make the competition's grand final? He hits the wall head on. He's not going through this round, that's for sure. And Kuhns has dropped down as well. Maybe the adrenaline's worn off after his nice round last time. And now Zoom, again in first place here. Saber will do all he can. He'll risk everything to take the lead. But Zoom could be in a position to deny all 3 finalists again, and then be just 1 round win away from being a finalist himself. And as you look at this, Zoom with the better speed here. He has an awkward wide line there, and Saber will take the lead. Saber, 2 turns left. Is he going to become grand finalist right here?
Oh.
He risks it all. He just needs to keep it together in the end. And it looks like he will.
Oh!
Stays ahead of Zoom just, and he will cross the line ahead of Zoom. Takes first place into the grand final. GG Saber, very well played.
Oh man, yeah. Saber now is one of the final 4 players we're gonna see in the grand final. And that was a very close race with Zoom there. Zoom was almost able to deny 3 finalists again, but now he needs to win 2 more rounds to become finalists. So unlucky there for Zoom. He's now in 3rd position, and Kuhns with a nice corner there is now 1400s ahead of Zoom. And Roa, he has been struggling in this map. Oh, and a bump from Kuhns there. He loses a little bit of speed, but does the tight corner there well. Zoom now is getting closer at this grass part with more speed. Let's follow Zoom. Can he deny both Kuhns and Roa the finalist mode? Oh, he risks over the border, gets an inside line. Oh, but that jump from Zoom sends him away. And now can Roa make the comeback? Oh no, he doesn't get enough speed. Kuhns is looking to take 2nd place, and it's gonna be a double acer taking the Consolation Final. And there's gonna be no French players advancing from this Consolation Final. It's gonna be Saber and Kuhns, Leo.
Versus AAA in the grand final of
Wow.
Gamers 2015.
And I guess they are gonna play for the last place here.
Yeah, to sort out the rankings, I guess.
Yeah, and there was an early mistake from Zoom here, so Roa is now looking to take third. And with that, he takes 5th place, and Zoom is gonna have to take 6th. Unless we see a big mistake from Roa. No, one more mistake from Zoom. So Roa can just drive safely into the goal and secure 5th place of Gamers Assembly 2015. Very respectable position here for Roa, I would say. Considered the strong opponents he's been up against.
People may remember that it was yesterday that he knocked out Tween, who maybe was playing with an unfamiliar setup. I believe he had to use a different keyboard to the one he's used to, but either way, that is a giant opponent to a best in any match.
Oh man, yeah, good game. Well played to Saber and Kuhns here. Saber had a strong performance throughout the whole match, I would say. Maybe a little bit struggle in the beginning, yeah, that's right. He was at 4th, I think, at some point. But then he bounced back and took 1st in this Consolation Final.